Hello loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to talk about something that can transform our lives, and it's facing our fears. Really, nigga? I know that doesn't sound very fun, and a lot of people feel like facing our fears is going to be the end of the world, but truly, it's the very thing that opens the door to achieving our goals and aspirations and climbing to the ladder of our greatest potential. It's natural for us to have fears, and it's completely normal as everyone has them. And in the society, we've been programmed to live off our fear and do our actions with the intention of our fears. With certain religion, they've been fear-based, and even just down to punishments and discipline, we think if you scare them, then they'll listen. And for a lot of the times, it's worked. I like to think of fear as small little particles that can travel through space and time. And when we put our energy into these particles, it sends other particles with the similar traits and force. And then that's how we end up manifesting these fears into our reality because we put attention into them, which I've mentioned in my last video. You should watch it. So we're sending our energy to these fears, and they're going to eventually manifest in our reality. And that is a good thing, because with facing them, only do we realize that it's not going to be the end of the world, and also that there's something better on the other side. There's something that we need to learn through these fears. There's something that we needed to grow from, to expand. Sorry if I sound a little congested. I think I might be getting sick. The way I go about facing my fears is one, acknowledging them. One is acknowledging them. Acknowledging that you are fearful of this thing. You have given your power to this fear, and it has been guiding you throughout your life. Once you acknowledge what these fears are, you can get a better understanding of where they come from, where they stem from, and just how they came about. After acknowledging what fears you have, it's really time for action, which is just giving it exposure, exposing yourself to this fear. So if your fear is going out in public because you have social anxiety, going outside and practicing exposing yourself to that fear is going to help you expand what you thought you could never do, and just your capability. Expanding your capability in your mind opens the doors. Open the door! Once you've faced this fear, you told yourself, well, it wasn't that bad, was it? And if it was that bad, I learned something out of it, and I'm still living. I'm still here. It's not the end of the world. And in doing this, you expand what you can experience in life. It's not going to be limited. It's not going to be the same pattern. You're going to experience more because you allowed yourself to experience more. Fear is the thing that really wants to keep you constricted and comfortable. And one thing in this life is that you're going to have to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. Simple as that. It's the only way for your mind to have evidence that you can do more than you think. So acknowledging these fears and exposing yourself to these fears and really just facing them is the only really way you can get rid of them. You have to go through it. You can't go around it. You can't jump over it. You can't jump under it. You have to go through it. And in going through it, you learn what you need to learn to move forward. And in a way, you're quantum leaping into these crazy realities where it just feels like magic is happening. Everything you want is starting to align. And it's because you allowed expansion. So really, next time you find yourself feeling fearful and scared, think about why that is and what are you really scared of. Because one thing about fear is that it can trickle down into different layers. You might think you're just scared of dogs, when really Deep-rooted fear is the fact that you're scared of not having control of another being, not being able to sense what they're gonna do. So yeah, honestly, one way I decipher what the true fear is just starting to notice my thought patterns, start to notice some of my actions and the intention behind them, and just listening to my body when that fearful feeling comes up. Journaling really helps with this. Even voice video memos, videos like these, just listening to yourself, some of the things you say or some of the things that make you feel uncomfortable. In my personal experience, I'm still very new to all of this, but I've definitely been practicing, and a big fear for me last year was to be alone. And I'd never realized it until I started losing literally all of my friends.
Stop this madness. What do you want from me? What do you want?
When you're going through alignment and starting your spiritual journey, that's usually kind of what happens. Your reality kind of changes completely. And that's what happened to me. I literally started losing all of my friends, and I started feeling really lonely, and I was so scared to be alone. Last summer, I had to spend it all alone, and what I realized was, well, I realized so much. That's the thing. I spent that summer alone and was my happiest that I ever was in a while. I was so happy because I started listening to myself. And I started loving myself. And I didn't know that's something that I wasn't doing before until I faced that fear. And it's kind of brought me where I am now. And it's beautiful. And yeah, I think that's really all I have to say. Thank you for watching. Comment down below. And yeah, much love. Bye.